Sai Ram. Back in those days when I was photographing Bhagwan Sri Sathya Sai Baba as his unofficial personal photographer, I used to meet with one gentleman, a stranger in fact, whom I call Chocolate Brother. I used to call him that because whenever he would see me, he would give me a sweet smile and a sweet chocolate, and I would accept it with gratitude, smile back at him and enjoy the chocolate. So many times this chocolate brother kept giving me chocolates and I kept enjoying these chocolates. It went on for years. I did not know who he was. I don't know if he knew much about me. We did not have any conversation. Our interactions were mostly restricted to the exchange of that chocolate and of course sweet smiles. Then one day, sometime in 2016, years after Bhagwan Sri Sathya Sai Baba, our dear Swami, had taken Mahasamadhi, he came up to me and he said, "Brother, why don't you come home for lunch?" That is when I got to know more about this chocolate brother. Similar in age to me, I got to know that his name is Jay Aurora. So brother Jay Aurora invited me home, and along with my wife Pooja, we both went to his home for lunch and we had a beautiful satsang. When he showed me his altar, I saw Swami's photograph there, a young Swami with a lot of vibhuti that had formed on the photograph. It was amazing. But next to Swami's photograph, I saw the photograph of another person who looked like a Sikh guru. And on his photograph as well, there was vibhuti. So I asked him, "Who is this?" He said, "That is Shiv Yogi Maharaj. He is the person, he is the guru who took me closer to Swami, who made me understand who Swami truly is." "Oh, so you came to Swami because of him?" No. I had known Swami before him. It was Swami who directed me in my dream to Shiv Yogi Maharaj, and having got to know Shiv Yogi Maharaj, I have experienced Swami more. I have understood the magnitude of the blessing that has been conferred on me by getting to know Swami. Oh. And then he showed me another photograph of this Shiv Yogi Maharaj on which there was a word written, Sai Ram. I asked him who wrote that. He said Maharaj wrote it. Why did he write Sai Ram instead of his autograph or signature? He said, whenever anybody asked Maharaj to write something or sign a photograph or anything, a message, he would only write Sai Ram. And he would say, this one word is enough for redeeming the entire mankind. Why should we write anything else? Why should we speak anything else? Why should we think anything else? Shiv Yogi Maharaj never gave any mantra, never gave any advice. All he said was Sai Ram, Sai Ram. And he said, there is no avatar that has ever come to this planet more powerful than Bhagwan Sri Sathya Sai Baba. In fact, brother Jay Aurora told me that Shiv Yogi Maharaj had told him, when the ultimate Bhagwan Sri Sathya Sai Baba is here, there is no need for any other avatar, there is no need for any other, guide, guru, etc. Wow, I was really amazed at these statements. Of course, they are all true, but still, for somebody who has a large following of his own, to himself say that no, don't, why are you focusing on me? In fact, the photographs of Shiv Yogi Maharaj are so difficult to get because he never allowed himself to be photographed. He would say, when you have Swami's photograph, why do you need my photograph? Why do you need any books on me when you have Swami's books? So, even as I begin telling you this amazing story that I heard about Shiv Yogi Maharaj from brother Jay Aurora, let me seek the blessings of dear Swami and the forgiveness of Shiv Yogi Maharaj, because this is something he would possibly not have liked, his story being told, but I am sure he will like the intention with which I am doing this, because he always wanted people to understand and recognize the magnitude of blessing that has been conferred on everyone with the availability of Bhagwan Sri Sathya Sai Baba. And this story, which is Shiv Yogi Maharaj's story, is sure to inspire great love, devotion and reverence for Bhagwan Sri Sathya Sai Baba. And that's why I feel even Shiv Yogi Maharaj has given me his blessings to go ahead with this.
ప్రేమ స్వరూపులారా.
Our story goes back to the early 1993 when Swami had called in a lady from the United States of America for an interview. In the course of that interview, Swami asked the lady what her plans were, and she said after her stay with Swami, she would be going to the capital of India, New Delhi. And what there? She said that she had a wedding to attend. Apart from that, well, she mentioned about some of the tourist places that she wanted to go to. Swami kept prodding her more and more for what her plans were, till she revealed that she would also be visiting Shri Shiv Yogi Maharaj. The moment she said that, Swami said, "Why has Shiv Yogi not come to meet me? I have been waiting for him for so long." And she folded her hands and said, "Swami, I will convey the same to him if I get the opportunity." And in the February of 1993, when Shiv Yogi Maharaj got to know about this, when it was told to him, he told a few of his disciples, "Let us start immediately." And this Maharaj, who had never left the north of India, decided to travel all the way down to the south to Bangalore because, as he said in his own words, the Lord has called and we have to obey. And that is why in the second week of February 1993, Shiv Yogi Maharaj travelled to Bangalore, Whitefield, Brindavan, where Swami was. Interestingly, Swami had travelled to Brindavan at that time to consecrate an idol of Lord Ganesha that had been set up in the Sai Ramesh Hall. In fact, a couple of months back, on the 6th of December 1992, Swami had inaugurated the Sai Ramesh Hall, Darshan Hall in Brindavan, and the Sthapana or the consecration of this Ganesha idol was to take place on the 13th of February 1993. Shiv Yogi Maharaj along with his disciples landed there, and he came for darshan on a Thursday. He went straight into the general token lines while his disciples were trying to get special seating for him. He told them, no, all are equal in the eyes of God, all are equal in front of God, so no need to get any special seating, let us just go, we are all here as his devotees. But well, when that is the rich feeling a devotee has for the Lord, will the Lord not reciprocate? When Swami came for darshan, he immediately sent word that Shiv Yogi Maharaj must be called into the hall right in the front and be seated on a special chair that Swami had already arranged for. In fact, it was understood later on that even the previous day, Swami had already mentioned, a special devotee is coming tomorrow, we need to make all arrangements to receive him. Nobody understood that Swami was at that time referring to Shiv Yogi Maharaj. After the darshan session, Shiv Yogi Maharaj was given a cottage right behind Trai Brindavan. There are several cottages there, and Swami had allotted one cottage for him, and there were a couple of students also who had been assigned the duty of taking care of every little bit of Shiv Yogi Maharaj's needs. See, he being a yogi would not consume normal food. It would only be milk and fruits, and these students were there round the clock to take care of all his needs. And having received this hospitality for 24 hours, Shiv Yogi Maharaj felt overwhelmed, and he said to his disciples, it is time to leave. We should all come here to serve the Lord. It is not nice that we make the Lord serve us. No, let us leave. And so he got everything packed and they were about to leave. Within a few minutes, there was a knock on the door and a student had come, and he brought a message from Swami saying, Swami is telling that you must not leave, you must stay because he will meet you tomorrow. Immediately the plans were cancelled, and he said, the Lord says and we obey. And that's it. That's how they stayed. And the next day, as Swami had promised, he called Shiv Yogi Maharaj in for an interview at Trai Brindavan. Along with Shiv Yogi Maharaj, there were others also, a few Westerners in that interview group. And Swami was speaking to the Westerners in English, and now and then turning to Shiv Yogi Maharaj and speaking to him in Hindi. One of the first things Swami asked as soon as he saw Shiv Yogi Maharaj is, "Kyun itna samay lagaya? Why did you take so much time? I have been waiting." And Shiv Yogi Maharaj folded his hands and he said very humbly, "Swami, the moment you called, I came. It is all your krupa, that's why I have been able to come to you." And then Swami smiled, continued to talk to the Westerners. After a few moments, again he looks at Shiv Yogi Maharaj and asks him, "What is it that you are wearing on your neck?" and he pulls it out. It's a Rudraksha bead. Swami tells him that Rudraksha bead helps people to control their mind. It is for aspirants, for sadhakas. It is not for you. You are not an aspirant, you are not a sadhaka. You don't need control of your mind. You have already achieved it. Remove it, Swami told him. And right then and there, as the Lord commanded, the devotee did. He took out the Rudraksha from his neck and gave it to his disciple. And again Swami continued speaking with the others in the interview room. Then Swami again looks at Shiv Yogi Maharaj and asks him, if I give you a watch, will you wear it? Shiv Yogi Maharaj shows his wrists and he says, Swami, I have never worn anything on these wrists. Swami now smiles, beams and pulls back his robe and he shows his wrists and says, see, Swami also never wears a watch. And Swami then tells him, a watch is meant for those who are under the influence of time. It is not meant for those who are beyond time. And yet, Swami waves his palm and materializes a watch. But he does not give that to Shiv Yogi Maharaj. I think that in itself was a strong indicator that Shiv Yogi Maharaj too had transcended time. Because Swami gave that watch to another Westerner who was sitting on the other end of the sofa. And that devotee accepted it in glee and wore it around his wrist. Swami then began to take the devotees in for the one-on-one personal interview. Swami had a chair for Shiv Yogi Maharaj put right beside his sofa, and then Swami took his hand into his own hand. Shiv Yogi Maharaj's hand was curled up, the fingers were all bent like this because all his life he has been doing japa for more than 21 years, rotating the rosary, he has been chanting, he has been doing Sai Ram, Sai Ram, Sai Ram, Sai Ram. Swami held his hand and said, why did you have to do it so much? It is not needed for you. He said, Swami, I need you. And then Swami gently opened his fingers one by one and massaged them. In an instant, the hand that had been bent from so many years got straightened. While the bent hand was evidence of the devotee's love for the Lord, the straightened hand now was the evidence of the Lord's love for his devotee. Swami then asked him, I will give you an orange robe, will you wear it? You see, Shiv Yogi Maharaj used to wear a pink robe and of course a pink turban. He told Swami, whatever you give I shall wear. And Swami gave him an orange robe and also the orange dhoti that Swami would wear. And Swami said, use that dhoti to fashion a turban for yourself. And that is how Shiv Yogi Maharaj began to wear the orange, having given up the pink. After this interview, once again Shiv Yogi Maharaj told his disciples, we have troubled the Lord so much, we should not trouble him anymore, let us leave. And once again, there was a student at the door knocking to say, Swami has said that he would be leaving for Puttaparthi soon and you should accompany Swami. Swami will send his car for you. The Lord says and the devotee obeys. So after the consecration of the Ganesha idol, Swami on the 15th of February was to leave back to Prashantinilayam Puttaparthi. Swami sent his own white Benz car for Shiv Yogi Maharaj. Swami had instructed that Shiv Yogi Maharaj along with one disciple whom Swami mentioned should sit in the back seat. Now there was one other disciple of Shiv Yogi Maharaj, a little bit on the arrogant side, who also wanted to travel and he was feeling slighted and neglected. So he said, I will also come. Then Maharaj said, no, Swami has said 2 of us should be in the back seat. This is not a taxi. This is the Lord's command. So only 2 of us will sit in the back seat. He said, then I will sit in the front seat. But the next day when the car came, there was a student who was seated in the front seat. So the disciple could not sit in the front seat now. So he had to stay back and Shiv Yogi Maharaj and the other disciple sat in the back seat and the car began to move. Hardly had it moved about a kilometer when the car stopped. The student in the front seat turned, saluted Shiv Yogi Maharaj and said, Swami had told me that I should sit in this car in the front seat till here. Now I am getting off as Swami instructed. Look at the leela of the Lord, how Swami had done this. So then the student got down and the car proceeded. Now, Swami didn't head straight to Puttaparthi. Swami on the way stopped in a place called Chikballapur at a campus called Muddenhalli. Muddenhalli were formerly schools that were under Bhagwan Sri Sathya Sai Baba that Swami had taken under his charge to take care of, and he had decided to bless the students and teachers over there. So he told Shiv Yogi Maharaj also to come there, and when he reached there, he was always looking out at what arrangements have been made for Shiv Yogi Maharaj. He went and personally inspected the room that had been arranged. Now the people at Muddenhalli were not ready for all of this. So they quickly made a room ready as they would do for any other guest. But Swami was not happy with that. In fact, Swami kept Shiv Yogi Maharaj with himself. He took him to his own room. In fact, Shiv Yogi Maharaj later revealed with a lot of gratitude and tears of overwhelmed bliss that Swami showed him how to use the different taps for the shower and for the other, water to come. And then Swami gave him his own bed and said, you relax, you have had a long day's difficulty and you have done so much sadhana, you take some rest. Swami made him rest on his own bed. This is the kind of pampering that the Lord provided to Shiv Yogi Maharaj. And then Swami took him to Prashantinilayam, where he stayed for the Shivratri of 1993. I think Shivratri that year was on the 19th of February. And throughout there also, Swami would make it a point every day to inquire into the well-being of Shiv Yogi Maharaj. In fact, later on I asked a few teachers of mine, in the college about this, and they did not know the name Shiv Yogi Maharaj, but a couple of them said, oh, so that is the person who had come. Yeah, we also saw this orange dressed person whom Swami would give so much attention to. We were wondering who he is and why Swami is giving so much attention. Now we know that his name is Shiv Yogi Maharaj. So he was there. In fact, he fell a bit sick there in Prashantinilayam. Swami sent an allopathic doctor, an Ayurvedic doctor, a homeopathic doctor, everyone to ensure that he is fine. So with lot of blessings, with lot of love and grace, that is how Swami treated him and sent him. He left afterwards, taking Swami's permission, back to Delhi. It was sometime in 2002 that Swami indicated to Jay Aurora in his dream that he needs to go to Shiv Yogi Maharaj, and Jay Aurora's association with Shiv Yogi Maharaj began in 2002. In 2003, Swami again came in his dream and told him that he needs to invite Shiv Yogi Maharaj home for lunch. Now Shiv Yogi Maharaj would always keep a vow of silence and he would not keep visiting too many devotees' homes. So Jay Aurora was wondering how this will happen, and he was not able to get an audience itself with Shiv Yogi Maharaj. But 2 days before this date which Swami had told when he should invite him for lunch, when he managed to go near Shiv Yogi Maharaj himself sent word for him, and he said, I have already received the order from the Lord. When are you going to invite me? Wow! Look at the sync between the devotee and the Lord. No wonder this is such a beautiful story. Now in 2003, when Swami had the fall and he had to undergo few surgeries, Jay Aurora felt very, very upset and worried, and he rushed to Shiv Yogi Maharaj to ask what was happening. Shiv Yogi Maharaj said, when the Lord came as Vamana, the whole world thought he is a dwarf. But with just 2 footsteps, he covered the entire land and the skies. Okay, Maharaj Ji, but what about Swami having a fall? Don't you understand why I am telling you the Vamana story? Don't underestimate. This is a great Maya. If Baba wants, he will cut his leg 1,000 times and get a new leg. He is just doing this as Maya, as a drama for a great reason which nobody can comprehend. Just experience and enjoy. Don't try to understand. Just know that he is the supremest avatar to have ever come on earth. Just experience and enjoy the avatar. Dear brothers and sisters, just listening to these words, I feel so wonderful, so thrilled, and that is why I am sharing this. Back in 1972 itself, Shiv Yogi Maharaj had said that he would give up his body 6 years before Swami would give up his body. And this is a very interesting and important point here, because Jay Aurora also got to know about this, and in his heart he felt that Shiv Yogi Maharaj would give up his body in 2016, because 2022 is when we all thought, right, that Swami would be there till his physical body is 96 and give up his body then. So that is what Jay Aurora also had thought. But then on 27th January 2004, Shiv Yogi Maharaj said, I am coming to Puttaparthi. He came to Puttaparthi and he did not enter the ashram. He stayed outside on Chitravati road. He didn't even go for darshan. He kept doing his sadhana in his room. Whenever his disciples had to go out, he would tell, go out, lock the door and go. I don't want to come out. He just cut himself away totally, staying in the room only. Only 2 times he had darshan in one whole year. He was in that room from the 27th of January 2004 till the 26th of March 2005. Didn't leave at all. And then on the 26th of March, he said that he would go to Bangalore. And he left for Bangalore. And he stayed in Bangalore, and Jay Aurora too would keep visiting back then Puttaparthi and Brindavan, Bangalore, because that's where his guru was, and then go back to Delhi. After he had visited his guru in July 2005, he had just reached Delhi when again he got a call from Shiv Yogi Maharaj, who said, come to Puttaparthi tomorrow itself, I am going to Puttaparthi. He said, but Maharaj, this was not in the plan. Yes, even it was not in my plan, but this is a command now. I have to travel, I am going today. Then he said, Maharaj, I'll catch my flight tomorrow early morning. That is on the 15th of July 2005. And I'll come to Bangalore, let's travel together to Puttaparthi. Then he said, no, my son, I won't be able to travel tomorrow. I am traveling today, but make sure you catch the early morning flight tomorrow and be in Puttaparthi. And so, Shiv Yogi Maharaj on the 14th of July 2005 travelled to Puttaparthi, back to his room, and on the 15th July, Jay Aurora was with Shiv Yogi Maharaj. And when he reached, Maharaj was so happy that he had come. He said, finally you have come. You have come because you have a duty to perform. And Jay Aurora got to know that Shiv Yogi Maharaj had kept asking, did Jay come? Did Jay come? Did Jay come? Did Jay come? And then he saw Shiv Yogi Maharaj had high fever. And that evening, before 7 p.m., Shiv Yogi Maharaj gave up his body. In retrospect, when we look at it, it's exactly 6 years before Swami gave up the body. In fact, Shiv Yogi Maharaj told Jay Aurora, things have suddenly changed and I must leave now. See, these are very poignant and very profound words whose meaning we don't know whether we'll understand, but we can just feel that profundity. When we think why Swami left early, we don't know why Swami left early, but the indications were there and those who were tuned already knew about it. In fact, it was Jay Aurora who performed the final funeral rites of Shiv Yogi Maharaj, and he was cremated along the banks of the Chitravati river. And at the end of the funeral, Jay Aurora says that just 4 bones remained, and all those 4 bones in the 4 corners had the shape of a conch. Very, very significant. My tryst with Shiv Yogi Maharaj did not end over there. In 2014, this is after Swami's Mahasamadhi, a group of us had travelled to North India to visit Badrinath, Kedarnath and all of this. At that time, I visited the home of a friend of mine, Vibhu Mahajan. And Vibhu Mahajan I knew for many years. He is a photographer during Swami's trip to Delhi. He is a young adult, active young adult youth at that time from Delhi. So I went to his home. He graciously agreed to host me for one night. With whole family we had gone there, and at his home I saw a photograph of Shiv Yogi Maharaj. So I asked Vibhu, hey Vibhu, this is Shiv Yogi Maharaj, right? Oh yes, he is our family guru. Oh yes, he guided us to Swami. And then his mother told me that when Shiv Yogi Maharaj used to lecture at their home, this Vibhu used to keep running all around, a mischievous little 5-year-old he was. At that time when the mother would try to scold him or reprimand him and make him sit, Shiv Yogi Maharaj said, don't tell anything to that child, don't scold that child, because that child is going to walk behind God. So how can you stop him from walking around here? Leave it. It looked like a casual statement, but I'm getting goosebumps even as I say this. Then when I looked back, I realized that in the August of 2009, out of the blue, Swami created a new opportunity. It was said that the youngsters and the youth would get the opportunity to walk behind Swami to gather the letters that Swami was collecting from devotees. And therefore, two young adults, 2 youth got the opportunity to walk behind Swami. No prizes for guessing that one of those lads was Mr. Vibhu Mahachan. Yes. But that chance of walking behind Swami started with them and ended with them. After a fortnight, that chance was no longer there. Not even a fortnight, a week. For about a week, two lads got the opportunity to walk behind Swami. None of the words of Shiv Yogi Maharaj, as far as Jay Aurora says, none of them have gone wrong. And so, I felt that this is such a beautiful story to share. We are ordinary mortals and we foolishly try to gauge the avatar with the senses and the body and the mind beyond which the avatar is. We can never comprehend the avatar with this limited apparatus. While the wise ones, the yogis, know, and they are always bent low in their humility. He that humbleth himself will be exalted, and Shiv Yogi Maharaj's life is one example of that, where he humbled himself and Swami has exalted him so high. And as I said in the beginning, he would never have wanted me to speak about him, but he will allow me because he knows that my objective too is to grow the love, reverence and devotion in our hearts towards Swami. Swami, may we never ever forget who you are. May we never ever forget how privileged and fortunate we are. And may the love that we have for you in our hearts keep growing stronger every passing moment. Thank you. Jai Sai Ram.